G'day, we're Haley and Brad, and in today's episode, we find ourselves on our last beach camp and seizing our final days on the Ningaloo coast before embarking on a massive journey back to the east coast. We dive abandoned wrecks, we take our stand-up paddleboard out to the outer reef and show you what it takes to prepare our caravan for off-road travel.
G'day and welcome back to another episode. We are about 20 kilometers off the coast of where we're camping on the Ningaloo Reef in this random sand key. There's some ruins here from an old whaling station and we're about to go for a dive, hey?
And the best part is we're not even meant to be here. We're meant to leave the Ningaloo, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it yet, so I snagged an extra 2 nights at Winderabandi, an extra cancellation. We caught up with our friends Sarah and Keelan, picked them up along the way, and now we're here. And there's dolphins!
Oh, there's dolphins. Get out.
There's dolphins! Quick, we gotta suit up, get in.
Alright.
Well, there goes the age-old tale that sharks and dolphins don't hang out together. Thankfully, they left us alone for our little freedive around this abandoned whaling ship and light tower. The shallow water made for some very easy freediving and exploring, and I just love seeing bits of engineering like this that was once used to take resources from the ocean slowly be reclaimed by the environment they once took from.
Such a cool little piece of history here. Some remnants of the Norwegian whaling station that operated only just across the bay from here. How about that, Patsy?
I don't want to go. That might be our last dive on the Ningaloo.
Hopefully.
Off you go, back to the east coast you go. See you later, blow-ins.
Locals
Is this sand grover? Unreal.
After a pretty choppy punch back to camp, we enjoyed such a peaceful sunset and dinner, crossing our fingers for a red sky night, and we were not disappointed to the conditions that we wake up to.
It was an absolute glass off morning on the Ningaloo this morning, but how lucky are we to have conditions like this on the last day that we're here. So we thought that we would pump up the paddleboard and we're going to go for a little paddle out to where the reef is and hopefully see some cool stuff underwater. But I already feel sad about leaving here tomorrow, but thankfully the weather's good, so we'll be able to make the most of today. Oh, this brings back the memes from last year. We just paddleboarded everywhere.
You know what? I do like the sound of a 2-stroke engine at full noise, but I also like the sound of silence and waves collapsing.
Just the waves lapping.
And just the paddle just going into the water and leaving.
What a morning for it. We
It's
did
sort
it.
of breathtaking, eh? Massive drop off. We just dropped from like a metre to 10 or 15.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
I didn't think we'd actually make it out.
Yeah, look at this. A bit rock and rolling.
This dive was such a treat. Being not far from Winderabandi Point, it's a great way to experience the outer reef, particularly if you don't have a boat. We lapped up every last moment before we called it, as a friendly bull shark that followed us for our entire dive just kept pushing his limits with us. So we left him be and headed back to camp to prepare our beloved Big Red for its final voyage.
Well, it's our last boat trip on the Ningaloo, and have a look at how much fuel we've got left. That is hopefully going to be enough for this afternoon's activity.
What do we got on the agenda?
Catch a cray.
Catch a cray. That's
It's our last day to do it. I've got to do it.
That's all we've got left on our Ningaloo bucket list. Catch a cray and eat a cray.
Yeah, hopefully today's the day.
Manifest.
Let's go. How's the fuel stitch going? Show us the fuel tank.
Felt like it was cutting out on the way back. Oh, it's got nothing in it.
I can't even
how much
see it.
fuel
Oh
it's
my
got.
goodness.
It's like half a litre there maybe.
We
Wow.
made it.
What a day, what a day. Our last
What a way
Ningaloo
to
day.
end it. Hey.
And I don't think we've mentioned it yet, but Big Red's going to be moved on pretty shortly. That's our plan, is to move her on, give it to someone else that is going to use it here on the Ningaloo.
Because we're
it's just the
heading
best.
inland and back across the east, and there's not much point lugging this around when we probably won't use it for a while. So we'll look at just selling it and then looking at another boating option next time we need a boat. She served her purpose for this season on the Ningaloo, but I think, yeah, we'll look at upgrading to a tinny in the future.
Alright, let's pack it down for the last time.
It's pack up time. We are almost ready to leave our campsite at Winderabandi and head back along Yardie Creek and all that. So we're just prepping the van to travel, and the good thing about this van is no matter whether we're going on a really corrugated road or a flat bitumen highway, we prepare it for travel in exactly the same way. So what I do the inside, Brad does the outside, and the way that I do it to try and make sure that I don't forget anything is I kind of section the van into like bathroom, middle section, bedroom. So in the bathroom, just make sure that the hatch is closed so that we don't have any dust coming in, and then have that door closed. Then there's the window, so make sure that that's closed. And also when we close the windows, we make sure that we close them fully, not on the half setting, because otherwise some air will come through, so then they're properly sealed up. Check the washing machine, that's closed, but pretty much everything else is good. That's all Velcro sticky dotted down, so they're not going to move. I just make sure that there's nothing like that could probably fall over or smash, or nothing open or anything, but that's all packed away pretty well. Then over here we put this table down. I don't know if it makes that much difference, but we were told to do this, so we just put it all the way down so that way it's not flexing as much when it moves. And then check that window. And then over this side, again the same, close the window. Make sure all the latches are sealed, because then that will stop any dust getting in. Side, I also kind of work top to bottom and just check. So we've got the microwave. So we always make sure we take out the glass plate, and in our little microwave cupboard we have a laptop bag that we have just specifically for the microwave plate, and then we can put it in there so it's not going to smash on the roads. The next thing is the coffee machine. This is still a bit of a new one for us, but I think we've got a good spot. Because we have so much extra cupboard space, we use this cupboard here. While we're out of camp, I use it for food storage, but I just keep the food in this bag, so while we're traveling, can take that out. It's got our sink storage as well in there. And now I've got a whole empty drawer ready for the coffee machine. So we basically just take off all the extra bits on it, and then it usually just fits pretty easily into the drawer there. Okay, so that's done. And then pretty much in this sink holder that we got with the Caravan, it's really good because it perfectly fits in the sink. I basically just chuck all these little extra tidbits that we usually have on the bench, and they all just snug into the sink so that they have a spot. And then when we get to camp, I just put them straight back out onto the bench where they go. Then always the bench is a little bit dirty, so I usually use the old tea towel and wet from just washing up everything, just to kind of scrape everything off. We've got so many moths in here, we need to do a bit of a moth clean out, hey? But yeah, then that can go in there as well to kind of cushion that glassy stuff, and that will go in the wash later. As I'm cleaning up the van in the morning, I usually just make a pile of stuff to take outside. So that's my little outside pile. I can see you've made your one there as well. But yeah, basically bedrooms start with these fans. Also, look how dirty they are. This is what happens when you're free camping. These fans we just have running 24/7, and with all the windows open, the dust, the dirt, everything, they just get very yucky. So that will definitely be a job when we go into town to clean those fans. But yeah, we just put them back to their upright position and back there, so they're not flopping all about while we're traveling. Again, check the windows, close them up. I always check the skylight, because you can have this on a setting that's only just like a little bit open, and so we don't want to accidentally leave it on the little bit open setting. So I always just make sure that that's properly sealed. Sometimes just if it's really sunny, close that too, because otherwise the sun just pelts in here. We just cushion the Starlink satellite dish under the pillows, and it's never moved. It always just stays good in there. All the cupboards are good, and then yeah, just got to shut these windows. We'll take our stuff out, and then we're done.
Like, we don't have a lot of knickknacks on the bench and stuff. We don't have a lot to set up and pack down, so that's what we're all about. We're all about quick and easy. But if you can't tell, as you close up the windows, it gets like a sauna in here. I'm so hot. But my job outside is really easy. So all I need to do really is pack all the normal camp stuff up. But to get us ready for the road, it's literally as simple as like leveling the airbags out and locking all the cupboards. So the cupboard doors they do stick out a little bit, and when we're traveling down the road that we're going to, like, I don't want that to catch on a branch and break, so when that's locked away, there's no way a branch can get in behind that. So I'll go around, lock all those latches. And then this van's so good, like, it's got no dust suppression system, but it doesn't get dust in, because as soon as you close that door, everything is sealed. So every time we get the van ready for road, whether we're going on, you know, 100 Ks of dirty, sandy, dusty road, or 100 Ks of sealed bitumen, the pack up is the same, and guaranteed no dust in. So I'll quickly go around, lock all those up, and go for a swim, and we'll get moving, Patsy.
Look how sweaty you are.
Mate, I am cooking. Look at this. That is so bad.
Luckily you've got the water.
I have been running around
Just
outside
there.
this morning.
Another good tip, if you're near water, pack up in swimmers so that you can go straight in.
That was professional.
How about that? A little bit of excess water.
How's about that? We've did 12 nights without topping up water this time. We've still got enough left for a freshwater shower after our swim. So good.
So the last thing we do when we're getting ready for travel is level out the airbags. Now, because we're on a bit of an incline here, I can't level it because the airbags are at different pressures and different heights, so we'll have to get out of the track here a little bit and find some flat ground so we can level it out. I know that between 45 and 50 psi is level for us, so I'll just set it to that so the van's not lopsided as we crawl out of here. But yeah, it's literally as easy as flicking two buttons up and down, inflate, deflate your airbags on either side. So we'll do that when we get out of here, but for now I'll lock up the door. I got a little bit distracted. I've got sandy feet, so now I'm going to make a bit of a mess inside because they're wet and sandy. But that's okay because I'm nice and cool now. Another important thing when you're leaving to check your lights. I just checked mine and I didn't have any indicators or brake lights or clearance lights. So I've just grabbed the pin. You can see these pins over time, they'll close up with you putting them in and out. And sometimes, especially if you're in salty conditions, they can get a bit of corrosion on them. So a bit of spray with inox and just get like a knife or something or a screwdriver and just poke it into the little slit, each little slit, and then just open it up, give it a little twist, open it up, and that way it will make contact with the barrel that it goes into. So I'll just quickly open all these up, give it a test, and we should be in business. Let's see, there we go, we're on. There we go, beautiful. Indicators, all right. Cooking with gas. we go, Yardy Creek. We're not going to take the chicken track. We're just going to go the normal way. Show you how easy it is. Look at that. First gear, high range. No worries. But we also are in a Land Cruiser, the most superior four-wheel drive. Have a go at that little fella. Ooh. Well, after crossing Yardy Creek, we quickly reinflated our tyres and hit the blacktop bound for the famous Bullara Station. We swung by Mangrove Bay on the way through, hoping to catch a glimpse of Brutus the dugong at high tide, but he was nowhere to be found. So we pressed on and we were ready for some great Bullara Station hospitality, which is always a great way to leave the Ningaloo coast on a high. That for a burger night, Patsy. Look at the sky. Well, we indulged in everything Bullara Station had to offer us, but we were keen to keep pushing east into the heart of the Pilbara to enjoy some epic sightseeing and free camping. Arguably the best in the state, but that'll have to wait for the next episode. So thank you once again for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one.